If you're looking for medicinal remedies, look no further than your kitchen. You have a spice cabinet full of these dried spices. You have a refrigerator full of these beautiful herbs. All of these herbs and spices are antifungal, antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiparasitic. It literally helps you with almost every condition that you could possibly imagine.
This is Mother Nature's medicine cabinet coming right to you from the earth. And so it's really important to incorporate it, not just for the healing properties, but for flavor. It brings such a zest to your food. When you bring a dish to your friend's dinner party, they're gonna go, what is in there? It tastes so fresh and delicious. It's the fresh herbs that really pack in that extra something.
And the difference between an herb and a spice is the herb is the leafy part of the plant, and the spice is the seed or the root or the bark. So for example, we have cilantro here, and so the top is the herby leaf, and the seed is referred to as coriander, which is going to be more in a dried form. So you can eat these together and get the benefit of eating the whole food. Also, just incorporating these herbs and spices into your everyday cooking is going to help you maintain good, strong health. But if you're treating a condition specifically, all of these culinary herbs and spices are high dose herbs, meaning you can have them and you should have them in a high dose if you're treating a specific condition. So something like a pesto or a chimichurri is going to be really full of herbs. Something like this beautiful tabbouleh has tons of herbs packed in it. So again, if you're treating a condition, go for a high dose of herbs.
And always go as close to the source as possible. We always talk about going to the whole food. And so that's really important as well, because that contains all the essential oils of these herbs, which are very medicinal, as we know as well. So for instance, with garlic, it's always best to go to the original garlic, because from here you can get pre-peeled or pre-chopped, which now is starting to oxidize and change. From there, it can get dried into a dried spice and then powdered. So that's going to add heat and it's going to become a processed garlic. So always go to the original source when you can.
And quality is key when it comes to herbs and spices. These are all medicinal. There's nature's medicine. We don't want to be spraying chemical pesticides and things all over them. So organic is absolutely imperative. Also, in your spice cabinet, make sure that you look at the ingredients. There should only be one ingredient on your spices, and that's the actual herb or spice itself. You'll be surprised at how many additives and flavorings are in your jarred spices. Also, most of the big brands out there irradiate their herbs, which means they take this big chemical, spray it so that the herbs dry really quickly, and then they can package them much easier and they have a longer shelf life. That's terrible. So make sure you get a good quality brand that doesn't irradiate their herbs.
So of course, the best thing you could do is grow them yourself. You can grow them on your patio. You can throw them into your landscape. They look so beautiful. They smell so beautiful. And to walk out with a pair of scissors and just clip your fresh herbs as you're going to cook is such a great feeling. So, try incorporating them into your garden. So some of them are gonna be growing a lot right now. You'll see them at the farmers markets and you'll see them in the supermarkets. More of the more delicate ones are like parsley and cilantro and mint. Those are ones that are growing more now in the spring and summer, but there's also hardier ones that go all year long. So my rosemary and oregano and thyme, those are always going, especially in the southern states. So give them a try.
Yeah, and they energetically have different healing properties. So more of these warming herbs that are wintertime are going to help with blood circulation, especially something like rosemary, great for blood circulation, great for helping the brain and memory. Oregano and thyme, these are both antibacterial and antiviral, so they're great for cold and flu. Something like cinnamon is a bark, and cinnamon is a blood mover. It's also really great for insulin and blood sugar. If you look to parsley, that's a really nice natural diuretic, and it's also very cooling, alkalizing, and great for any heart conditions. So I have a whole list of every single herb and spice and what they help with medicinally and which conditions they go with.
That's so
on
helpful.
Our website.
Yes. And if you're overwhelmed by all these herbs and spices and how to use them, I always just look to basic groupings in different culinary dishes. So for instance, if I'm cooking something Asian inspired, it's going to be garlic and ginger and cilantro. And those are spices I'll always put into there. And then if it's Italian, I'm looking to basil and parsley and oregano and garlic as well. And something with parsley and cilantro, you can use the whole plant. So the stem, you think about the nutrients come up through the stem to the leaves, which are so healthy and healing. Those stems hold just as much healing power, maybe even more. Yeah. So it's really important to use the whole thing. Just chop it right off. No having to pick the leaves off the stems. Just chop, 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 chop. Throw it in there, you know? So it makes it easier, it tastes better, it's healthier. So go ahead and do that. And who knew, but we're gonna tell you that tacos is a great way to bring fresh herbs into your diet.
So in these tacos, we used a lot of garlic and jalapeno, some fresh oregano, and then a lot of the dried cumin and chili powders in the bean mixture to start with. And then on top, we're topping with a ton of fresh cilantro. So these tacos are actually herbaceous and medicinal.
Yes, so make sure you sign up for our emails to get the recipe for the tacos, to get the culinary mixes of herbs, to get the medicinal uses of the herbs and spices. You get that all there.
Yeah, well, that sounds simple enough.
Because it's simply seasonal.
If you're looking for medicinal herbs, because you're not, you're looking for remedies.
Give me some herb.
The herbs. You have herbs available that you can have in your fridge that are all herby.
Herbaceous.
So herbaceous. Look at how gorgeous this is.
This is amazing. We got dill. We have sage, we have mint, we have parsley.
And thyme and oregano and basil.
Cilantro.
And
rosemary. What's in the back?
Lavender in the back.
Shout out to the lavender.